film manual now.
In the company of
So you're still going to be a lawyer then? That's going to take a lot of hard work and it's going to take a long time. Don't you think you should be looking for the college you're going to go to instead of making films? Hmm?
it'll be a spin up between a chip and a putt from just off the green.
Dad?
So you want some money towards your film?
Yeah, sure, okay. How much?
I'll give you £40. This is an investment, David, alright? I'm investing £40 in your film. When you win, I will collect my original £40 plus 10% of your winnings.
Because he was out in 45 and
Okay.
the chance of coming back in 30.
Come in.
Thank you.
You got the camera then?
Yep.
Let's have a go.
Okay.
Oh, let's have a go. Be very careful. There's £300 worth of equipment here.
He just didn't really lend that to you, did he?
No. So we better be bloody careful.
Maybe you should give him a ring or something and ask him. It's going to be best.
He wouldn't let me. Anyway, he doesn't have to know. We just won't drop it, will we?
No, of course you won't. I had a look on the internet for the competition. Student shorts, that's what it's called, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah, well every time I searched for student shorts, it came up with a load of shit relating to teenage plant fetishes.
Japanese.
I don't know, I never opened them.
I tried to get my brother's air pistol. It's great, except it doesn't make much smoke. Smoke's more cinematic. He must not have taken it with him. I mean,
Why do we need a gun?
why do we need a gun? Isn't it obvious? I mean, how many films do you see these days that don't involve guns?
Okay, that's true. What did you have in mind?
Well, we could shoot it, right? And then film it from all these different angles. And it would look really cool. And we could put it in the film somewhere. Perhaps everywhere.
What's in the bag?
We could get a cap gun or something. What? What's in the bag?
Oh yeah. Oh no, Dave, don't bother.
Here we go.
It's a bit early, Dave, innit? We've only got a day to make this bloody film, and tomorrow's the hand-in day, so we better, you know, stay reasonably sober.
Yeah, sure, okay. My vision for this film is simple. If we're going to win, we've got to put some good shit in it. So we should start off everything with a big explosion. Like in that beginning bit of Star Wars when the stormtroopers enter the rebel ship.
Dave, how are we going to simulate an explosion?
I don't know. Let me figure that out. We could collect those throw things. You know those little things? Then you throw them on the floor and they go bang?
Right.
Then some more shooting, like in the same bit from Star Wars.
We're not going to remake Star Wars.
I'm not suggesting we do, just that sort of thing. Anyway, I hate the music. We should have something much more upbeat and funky, like...
Steve's band.
No, not fucking Steve's band. What are they called again?
Blatant shit.
No, it's worse. Blatant Fits.
Blatant Fits, that's the worst name for a band I've ever heard.
I know. No, we should drag out the old records. The 80s thing.
Well, like Duran Duran and things.
Yeah, okay. No, we should do the 90s thing.
90s, I was never really that struck on the retro thing.
No, do the 90s thing. Get ahead of the market.
No, we should do next year's stuff and get even further ahead.
No, it's going too far. Just think of it. With some great action scenes, great music, and a little bit of TNA provided by you-know-who.
Yeah, that would be a welcome addition.
I bet it would.
How do we get her to do it?
Do what?
Act.
You wouldn't rather see her do other things? Oh well, if she is willing. It'll be a shame I'll be behind the camera rather than in the action.
Yeah. What do you mean behind the camera? I thought I'm the cameraman.
It's my dad's camera, John. I've got to direct.
Yeah, which he doesn't know you've got, so... I can't act. You can. You're a natural.
Am I bollocks? What if I got Sophie involved? You'd act with her.
Maybe.
I'm just not an actor.
I'm not a behind the scenes kind of guy, alright?
My dad gave me 40 quid towards this film. If we can see the money in the film, then so will the adjudicators. That's the way we should go. You should get some money off your parents.
Yeah, maybe. I just don't think he's going to lend me that kind of money, you know? Why do we need that much anyway? What are we going to spend it on?
Oh. Effects, props. We could build a set. Hire a car for a chase scene, that'll be cool.
Chase scene?
Yeah. Look, there's no point in doing this if we're not going to win. I'm not making a second-rater.
Okay. Okay, I'll go and see what my dad says. Dad, can we borrow some money for the film me and Dave are making?
Film? Not film. I didn't know you were making a film.
Yeah, we're making a film.
What? Cine film? Video?
Video.
Whose camera are you going to use?
Dave's.
Oh, well. How long is it going to be, this film?
How long?
A short, feature length, an epic?
How long's a piece of string?
Well, make it shorter than you think. Where are you going to film?
Roundabout, I should think.
Why not one place? Keep it indoors. People don't take kindly to people pointing cameras at them in the street. How about the back garden and the shed?
The shed? What can we film in the shed?
Well, they asked John Ford a very similar question.
Yeah?
This guy asked him, what could they possibly film in the middle of nowhere, in the middle of a storm? And he replied, the most fascinating thing in the world, a human face.
Nice.
Thanks, Dad.
How'd it go? Did you get anything out of it?
Thinks we should do in as short as you can film.
With all due respect, your dad doesn't know much about films.
It's got loads of old black and white film.
Exactly.
How long does the film have to be?
Oh, just let me check. Shit! I didn't bring the form.
Didn't bring it. Oh, for fuck's sake, what are we going to do now?
We don't need the poxy bloody form. We know what we're doing.
You brought beer but not the emissions form. Jesus.
I know what was on it.
Okay, how long does it have to be?
Half an hour, minimum, I think.
Do you know anything for certain?
£200 prize money, and that's the only important thing. Now give me your money!
No, do I know what you're going to spend it on?
I'm going to buy an air pistol and a replica cap gun for starters. A leather trench coat and some fireworks.
Fireworks? What for?
Me and my bro are going to take them apart, put them back together again differently. He knows how to do it. There's our explosion.
£40 should cover it.
60 would be better.
Yeah, well, maybe it would. We should downsize like my dad says. This is getting out of hand. We haven't got much time left. Perhaps a character-based story would suit us better.
Character, my ass! Downsizing's gonna ruin this film. We're in for the big bucks now, mister. James Cameron never fucked about with short films, so neither should we. I'll take that 20 quid now.
No.
You want characters? Good. You write them. Just make sure there's a juicy part for me.
From there.
You bet, great. I've got a brilliant idea for the film, yeah? I know exactly where we've been going wrong. What we should do is spend the £60 on a really good solid tripod, and that's it. That's the most important tool, other than the camera, obviously. Right? Secure the camera first, then we can move it here, there, wherever we want. It doesn't matter. Anyway, the film, right? There's this film about two guys that want to make a film together, yeah? But they can't decide on what the film's going to be about, so they keep bickering and arguing, anyway, until one of them turns to the other and tells him that he's gay.
I spent it.
What?
I spent it all.
What on?
Oh, beer mainly. Oh, and about 7 games of pool, which I won 4 of. Oh, and this.
Oh, well, we'll use the handheld. Are you sober enough to act?
Yeah. Yeah. I'm going to be a lawyer someday. You're not gay, are you, John? John? No, I'm not gay. I forgot to bring a tape.
It doesn't matter, I'll go and get one from the house.
No, it needs a small tape. A special one, not a big tape. Big size. It needs a special small size tape.
What, you didn't bring one? Oh, shit, Jesus. Next thing you're going to be telling me is that you didn't put the camcorder on to Giles last night. Oh, you useless fuck.